What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be checking out some awesome battles submitted to the channel by a fellow content creator and Twitch live streamer in the community, iSpanD. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know if it's iSpanD or iSpanD, but it's got a capital D, so we'll put emphasis on that. But yeah, links to their channel, Twitch channel and YouTube channel down in the description if you guys want to go check them out. So we have a triple XL team right here. Now, you guys know me personally, I don't have any XL Pokemon, so it's going to be nice to live vicariously through iSpanD here. We have Mandibuzz, Alomomola, and Politoed. An absolutely thick, super thick Ultra League Premier, or not Premier Cup, Ultra League Remix Cup team. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and let's get right into it. Alright, getting into this first battle here, we have Mandibuzz on the lead versus Shadow Crobat. Going to be pretty interesting to see how this plays out. Crobat does have access to Poison Fang, which is probably going to be the only move that is going to be doing any kinds of damage here to Mandibuzz. And because it's Shadow, it's going to be doing that much more. Poison Fang as well doesn't do too much damage right there, but it constantly lowers the defense here of Mandibuzz, allowing it to do more and more damage. Now let's see how much damage Dark Pulse is going to do. That's actually a good chunk right there. And considering Mandibuzz is one, a Flying Umbreon, it's super thick, and two, it has access to Snarl as the fast move is going to allow it to gain energy extremely quickly. But Crobat, we get a bit of lag right here. Crobat now really starting to ramp up with those Poison Fangs, as you guys can see, so do not sleep on a Shadow Crobat. We do see a swap out now into Politoed and a counter swap into Galarian Stunfisk, which is a very interesting call considering that Politoed is going to absolutely destroy this thing with Weather Balls. Now it begs to question what could be in the back if their only answer is going to be a Galarian Stunfisk. That might mean Alomomola might have some fun. We are going to see him go ahead and shield, and that is a good shield on the Earthquake right there, able to block a ton of neutral damage while continuously spamming these Weather Balls. I am honestly jealous that iSpanD here has the Mandibuzz, has the Politoed, and the Alomomola. These guys are so thick. So let's see what's going to happen here. We're probably going to see Galarian Stunfisk go down. Oh no, we're seeing them shield right now. Okay, so Galarian Stunfisk is really trying to land an Earthquake, but Politoed, again, with the new update to Weather Ball a few seasons back, turned into an absolute monster right here, as you guys can see. An Earthquake right here as well is not going to be enough to take out a Politoed, and it is going to be the Earthquake, so it can survive. Look at that. Look at how thick this thing is while destroying a Galarian Stunfisk. We do see a swap in a Crobat as well, so they're going to go ahead and build up to 2 Weather Balls and throw this first one. This is going to be taking out Crobat, and we'll have to see what is going to be in the back. This is a desperate attempt, so something in the back's got to be weak to Water or Earthquake. Let's see what it's going to be. Oh wow, Galarian Stunfisk comes back in, so this is probably going to be a good game. Alomomola is probably going to be able to destroy whatever is possibly in the back. Let's see, Weather Ball does take out the Galarian Stunfisk, and we see it is a Typhlosion, so Alomomola is going to come in and eat that thing for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Alright, good game right there. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. So this is very, very thick team. Like I said, this is triple XL team right here. We do have Mandibuzz versus Gear. Oh, wow, what a lead and a half right there. We do see a swap out into the Shadow Nidoqueen as well, and Alomomola, because of that ground typing, is just going to rip apart this Shadow Nidoqueen. Let's see how this plays out. Poison Fang now coming through for some nice neutral damage, and again, going to be constantly lowering the defenses. So as you can see, Nidoqueen's starting to catch up in terms of damage done, because of every Poison Fang really starts to add up on top of those poison jabs. So hopefully Alomomola can land this Psychic in order to take it out to maintain positive switch advantage, because Politoed lined up against Giratina Origin is going to be a tough one. They do decide to shield as well, so things are not looking good right here for Alomomola. He's going to have to shield this Poison Fang and hope that Waterfalls can take it out. So let's see, this is going to be a desperate race between Waterfalls. Oh no, Nidoqueen takes switch advantage. That is incredible right there for the mid game, and we do see an Escavalier now come in. This is still not a good matchup. Mandibuzz can take this thing out pretty easily as well. Considering Dark Pulse is going to be doing neutral, they'll have to watch out for the Mega Horn, but honestly, they still have a shield as well. So let's see how this plays out. Charge Move now coming through. They are going to decide to shield right here. Is it going to be the Mega Horn? Yeah, it is going to be the Mega Horn, so that is a good shield right there. They almost have 2 Dark Pulses as well. One more is going to take out the shield. The second one is going to take out the Escavalier, and that's going to be a good game because Mandibuzz is just going to destroy this Giratina Origin that's in the back. Yeah, Escavalier now is going down. So it didn't even matter that switch advantage was taken right there by Nidoqueen in the mid game. This Mandibuzz just does not care. It's going to destroy this Giratina Origin unless it has Dragon Pulse, which it doesn't because they do decide to surrender. So good game, very well played right there. That was all Mandibuzz pretty much. All right, moving this next one, we got Mandibuzz versus oh gosh, Mandibuzz mirror match. This is probably officially worse than Skarmory on Skarmory in Great League, or it might be on the level of Bastiodon versus Bastiodon, except they have wings this time. So we're just going to be seeing Aerial Lace spam here on the lead. Obviously Dark Pulse will be resisted because of the dark typing, and oh my gosh, it just does no damage. I hope someone decides to swap out at some point, because this is going to be painstakingly long to sit here and watch these Aerial Laces do a 20th of the health. So let's see how this plays out. I'm hoping they swap out here, but we don't know. You guys can just relax with me right here, you know, just hang out, kind of enjoy the scenery, you know, the Go Battle League scenery in the background. It's so beautiful. Oh, we got a swap out right there. We got Politoed now coming in, so things are finally being mixed up, because that was gonna take the whole 5 minutes to complete. Alright, so we got, they're running foul play as well. So we do have Jellicent now coming in. This is going to be a Bubble Jellicent as well. So these got to be careful about a Shadow Ball landing, right? Ice Beam and Bubble Beam are both resisted. But what's really nice about Politoed is having that legacy move of Earthquake. Does a lot of neutral damage, but they do shield it right there. So that's a good shield by the opponent. We'll have to see if they're going to shield in kind. He's going to go for the no shield right here. It is going to be a Bubble Beam shield bait. That is a great call, and hopefully they can get to the Earthquake in time, but I think the Jellicent, yeah, is going to be able to get to this Shadow Ball now. We'll have to see another no shield right here. Hopefully it's another Bubble Beam. No, it is going to be the Shadow Ball for quite a bit of neutral damage. They're going to go ahead and overload on energy and look to swap back into Mandibuzz with the Dark Pulse locked and loaded. This does super effective damage to the Jellicent right here, and it does get the second shield as well, so things are looking very, very good for them. And we do see the Galarian Stunfisk now come in. So considering that Mandibuzz is still in the back, same with the Jellicent, it's going to be very tough for a Alomomola to be able to take out both of those. So hopefully they can keep this Mandibuzz alive, because I think they really need Mandibuzz in order to take out the Jellicent. We still have Politoed as well with basically 100 energy, but let's see how this plays out. They're going to go ahead. Ooh, another Rock Slide coming through. A no shield as well. I think Mandibuzz can hold on, so we'll have to see if they can swap back out. Switch Clock is not back up yet. They're going to look to overload on energy, and we might see a swap into Politoed. Oh, we're going to see a swap into the Alomomola to catch the charge move and start getting ahead on energy. Mandibuzz does have a Dark Pulse and a half loaded up, and they will be shielding that charge move. It's just going to be a Rock Slide. Oh, that's tough. Now we see, oh my gosh, 3 super thick XL Pokemon swapping on each other. I would imagine this game is going to get timed out here with all 3 Pokemon still alive. That's how crazy XL Pokemon are. Now, thankfully, Alomomola does have access to Psychic in order to do neutral damage to this Jellicent right here. But Shadow Balls, ooh, doesn't do too much right there. Here comes the Psychic. The Jellicent here can obviously hang on. It's not gonna, yeah, it's not gonna do too much damage. Everything is doing nothing to each other. This is is this what it's like at the high ranks of XL Ultra League? Is this what it's like? Everyone just doesn't kill each other and you just survive to timeout? So Shadow Ball does take out Alomomola, but now this is getting crazy. We do have a Dark Pulse now coming in, but Mandibuzz is extremely low, so they might need to then swap into the Politoed right here. We are going to see a swap into Politoed. The timer's coming down. Ooh, game over. I think they won. The opponent won. Yeah, the opponent won right there. That's because they had more health. But my goodness, an actual timeout. Holy cow. Alright, so we got Mandibuzz versus Galarian Stunfisk right here. And we're going to see a swap right away into Politoed. And we see the XL Pidgeot now come into the battle. Pidgeot, again, got freed this season. It was locked down for season... the last season, basically, because of Feather Dance. There was an issue with it. But we do see a shield as well right there on the charge move, which is great. They were predicting that it might have been a Blizzard right at safe swap. Politoed could have access to that. But in this case, we're just going to see straight Weather Balls be thrown. Now, these Feather Dances as well is going to be constantly lowering the attack here of Politoed, which is going to be unfortunate because these Weather Balls will not do too much damage, yeah, to this Pidgeot. So things are looking very, very tough. We'll have to see how they can pull this out, especially what their third Pokemon is going to be. I'm going to guess a Jellicent or a Alolan XL Alolan Ninetales, right? It just makes sense, which means this team might have some trouble versus that. Another Feather Dance comes through. They undercharge it as well right there, so that they can farm down fully and have a lot of loaded energy, because they do not need to worry about these weather balls. But it's starting to add up, actually. Hopefully they can get 2 more. No, only 1 more in time to take out the Pidgeot. Now, will we see them swap again to save the Politoed? Or just go down to fast moves? They're going to try to get that weather ball. They don't get it in time, so we're probably going to see the Mandibuzz now come into this fight. Again, with Pidgeot having access to the dang Feather Dance and being so bulky, it is just going to constantly debuff this Mandibuzz, which is already going to be hurting so far versus the Galarian Stunfisk. So hopefully they can get to a Dark Pulse. Yeah, they are going to go ahead and throw this Dark Pulse. This should still do enough neutral damage to take out the Pidgeot, and we'll see that Galarian Stunfisk come back in. So hopefully Alomomola can take out whatever's in the back. Oh, it's going to be an Armored Mewtwo. Okay, this is going to be an interesting fight right here. Waterfall is looking to outpace in terms of damage to Confusion, and Alomomola does have 2 shields as well. Now, they have to go basically straight for the Hydro Pump right here. Psychic would be resisted, but they are going to go ahead and start shielding. And here comes the Hydro Pump. We'll have to see how much damage this does. I imagine we will see a shield right here from the Armored Mewtwo. No shield. That does a good chunk of damage, which means Alomomola might actually be able to take it right here and fully commit to the farm down. Psystrike now coming through. Will they give up the second shield? Yes, they will. So this is going to be an interesting close to this game, because they're going to have 1 shield on Galarian Stunfisk. Mandibuzz has energy, and they might actually be able to catch an Earthquake right here. So here comes the Hydro Pump, and these waterfalls are really adding up as well. This Hydro Pump should be getting the shield from the opponent. If it doesn't, it's game over. No, it does get the shield. Let's see if they decide to swap out on the charge move. They're going to go ahead and swap. Did they just catch the Earthquake right here? Oh, please have caught the Earthquake. Yes, they did. They caught it on the Mandibuzz. That is a huge catch right there. And that is going to seal the fate for the Galarian Stunfisk. These Dark Pulses are going to do some nice neutral damage. Alomomola still has a ton of health left with that waterfall damage. And Galarian Stunfisk is basically out of energy. So that is going to be a good game. Very well played. It definitely looked tough on the lead and on the swap, but able to pull it out with Alomomola in the back. If there was a Jellicent in the back, that would have definitely been a bit tougher to defeat. But honestly, really great. Ooh. Oh man, this is going to come down to timer again? This is going to come down to timer? No, Alomomola is able to get the Psychic in time, and it does have more HP than the Galarian Stunfisk, and able to take it out. So another timeout game, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Man, this has got to be what it's like. Everyone just having XLs and just going to timeout. All right, so we see a Gliscor on the lead, and we do see an Umbreon on the safe swap right here. They're going to go ahead and stay in with Mandibuzz, because this Umbreon might not have Last Resort. Some of them might have Psychic, right? So we'll have to see how this plays out. Aerial Aces are obviously going to be doing that nice neutral damage that just does nothing, because this is the Umbreon versus the Flying Umbreon, right? We're going to go ahead and see a no shield right here again to see if there is a Last Resort. And they don't have Last Resort. They have Psychic and Foul Play. That is very unfortunate for the opponent right here. So we are going to see Mandibuzz look to take this one because of the neutral damage from Aerial Ace. On top of that, they have great answers in the back with Alomomola and Politoed for the Gliscor because of that ground typing. So Mandibuzz right here, this is going to be a very long mid game. My goodness. Alright, so we're just going to keep seeing foul plays be spammed out right here. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to shoutcast this? Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and see the Aerial Ace. They did swap back into the Gliscor right here, and we will see Alomomola now come in and start chunking with Waterfalls. This is going to just do so much damage, and they honestly don't need to throw any charge moves. They can just fully farm down. We will probably see an Earthquake right here, and they're going to go ahead and shield on the Alomomola, and they do block the Earthquake. That is a huge block right there, and they can fully farm down, and then we'll probably see that Umbreon come back in. Another charge move coming through, probably not warranting 2 shields right here. Alomomola is very tanky. Yeah, and the Night Slash is definitely not going to do anything. So, will we see the Umbreon come back in? Let's see how this plays out. We do see the Umbreon come back in, so they're just going to go ahead and go for Hydro Pump, doing quite a bit of neutral damage, but Umbreon is obviously going to be surviving this. But they do decide to shield right there as well, so Alomomola might actually be able to get to another one in time, but they swap into Mandibuzz to catch the foul play. Oh my gosh. Okay, alright, final Pokemon is going to be a Lapras right here. So Lapras having access to Ice Shard is going to obviously be doing super effective damage and farming down this Mandibuzz. But thankfully they do have Politoed with Earthquake. And Alomomola with Psychic as well to do neutral. Plus these Dark Pulses are really starting to add up. So we'll have to see how this game finishes off here. I imagine it's going to be another timeout. We have been watching this for quite a while. And I feel like this is just going to be the moral of the story when it comes to these XL Pokemon. If you guys are using XL Pokemon and you have access to them, let me know down in the comments if you're still watching right now. If this is how it's like, having just games that just time out all the time and swaps all the time because everything survives forever. Nothing ever dies. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we're going to see a potential Skull Bash right here. I actually wasn't counting the Ice Shards right there. But yeah, it is going to be a Skull Bash that does quite a bit of neutral damage. And we see a swap back into the Umbreon. So they're just going to go ahead and go for Weather Balls. Hopefully this Politoed has enough energy in order to take it out. Man, this Umbreon's so dang thick. Here comes the Foul Play from Umbreon. It's going to do some nice neutral damage. And I think 2 will be enough to take out Politoed. Yeah, 1 more should be enough. But Alomomola, I think, can easily come into this matchup after Politoed does go down and look to throw a Psychic. Here comes that switch. Here comes the game clock right here. So this is going to be a game, again, timing out with all the Pokemon, or all 3 Pokemon alive right here. And that is going to be a good game, very well played. My goodness. Okay, moving into the next one. Let's see how this game goes. We have Mandibuzz on the lead versus Kingdra. Okay, definitely a different lead. Not going to be XL, so things should be ripping right here. We'll have to see if they are going to be able to get that debuff from Octazooka if they do decide to throw it, or if they do go straight for the Outrage to land it. So here comes the Dark Pulse for some nice neutral damage. And finally, Pokemon that actually take damage, so this game might actually have some speed to it. Charge Move now coming through. Mandibuzz is going to go ahead and go for the No Shield, and it is going to be the Outrage that does land. That is very good here for Kingdra, because they might be able to fully commit to the farm down. And if they do, and they decide to shield right here, things are looking very, very good. Dark Pulse now, no shield from the Kingdra, and we will see a swap into the Politoed. I'm going to be going for Weather Ball. This is going to be doing like nothing, right? The Dragon Water typing there on Kingdra is going to massively resist it and able to survive as well. And we do see an Escavalier now come into the match. So Escavalier probably going to be going for the Drill Run right here. It's going to do some nice neutral damage, but these Weather Balls are really going to start adding up. So let's see how this plays out. We do see a Kingdra and a Escavalier, so I imagine there's probably going to be another Steel type in the back. If it's going to be XLs, it's probably going to be a Galarian Stunfisk. If not, we might see something spicy like a Scizor in the back potentially. But Politoed is locked and loaded with these Weather Balls. It's going to be putting pressure on this Escavalier to shield, especially right now. Able to get to the next one. So let's see if the first shield of this game is going to be going down. They do get the shield, so Escavalier is going to look to commit to the farm down, but not before Politoed gets to another one. So now this Escavalier is going to have to commit 2 shields right here if they want to maintain positive switch advantage, which they do. They have lots of loaded energy, and Mandibuzz is low, which means it's going to go down to a Megahorn. They are going to come in with the Alomomola now, and probably look to shield as well. Yeah, Megahorn would still do a ton of damage, and hopefully they can farm down in time. We do see a swap into a Galvantula, so this Galvantula right here is actually going to be putting a hurt, and this kind of makes sense, having 2 Pokemon in the back that are extremely weak to fire with a Kingdra lead. Lunge as well, what a good call right there. Discharge not being thrown, and they're going to go ahead and go for the Psychic. Hopefully this does enough damage, even though their attack was lowered right here. Ooh, not enough. They're going to go ahead and swap into the Mandibuzz, able to get to the Aerial Ace in time as well. Hopefully this is enough to take out the Galvantula. There is still the Kingdra, which is low, the Escavalier, which is low, and Escavalier is going to be able to fully counter down. Not able to get to the Aerial Ace in time. Oh man, here we go. They're going to go ahead and have to shield this charge move. Remember, Kingdra's like 1 fast move away. Hopefully they have enough energy to take it out. They do fast move down the Escavalier, and Kingdra comes back in. Kingdra has a charge move though. If this is Outrage, it is game over. Does it have enough? It is! The Alomomola barely survives! Oh, it goes down, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. Oh man. All right, next game, we have Mandibuzz versus Jellicent on the lead. We do see a swap straight away into Scrafty, and they really don't have a safe answer for it other than the Mandibuzz. So Mandibuzz is definitely going to be essential in this game. And I'd imagine there's probably an Umbreon or something in the back as well, maybe even an Obstagoon. But we do see a swap now into the Politoed right here, looking to catch the charge move after chunking some health there with Aerial Ace, because again, they need to save Mandibuzz for that Jellicent with the double water backline. So Politoed right now set up pretty well to spam a lot of Weather Balls, look to force some shields here from Scrafty. But Scrafty as well is putting on a clinic with the Foul Play and Power Up Punch. So we will see Weather Balls now come through, and we'll have to see if the Scrafty is going to decide to shield any of these. All it needs to do is get to 2 more, 1 to basically take it out and get a shield. So let's see what the Scrafty decides to do. No shield right there. Gonna look to fully commit to the farm down. Here comes a power-up punch, and I think the Politoed is gonna go down right here. It is gonna be the power-up punch, and it just, oh, it barely hangs on. Able to get to this Weather Ball in time, and this should be forcing the shield here from Scrafty, which it does. So Scrafty now is boosted, absolutely boosted with the power-up punches. And Alomomola is just going to delete it with Waterfalls right away. It's gone. What is going to be in the back? Jellicent does decide to come in, and this is going to be a Hex Jellicent as well. So they're going to have to go for this Psychic right here. Here comes that first charge move. Probably going to be just straight Shadow Ball right here, I don't imagine. Oh, they went for the Bubble Beam Shield Bait and the No Shield as well. We do see the swap back into Mandibuzz, and the final Pokemon is going to be a Nidoqueen. So things are actually looking pretty decent right here, considering that Alomomola was able to No Shield a Bubble Beam and clear that debuff, plus it has loaded energy. These Dark Pulses as well are really going to start adding up, so it might force that final shield here. But Nidoqueen as well, is this going to be Stone Edge? No, it's just going to be straight Poison Fangs. Again, do not sleep on Nidoqueens. Ever since it came into the meta with the Poison Fang update, this thing is absolutely tears apart, especially once it gets rolling with those constant debuffs. So hopefully Mandibuzz can get to another Dark Pulse to really force that final shield. Now we do see a shield here on Mandibuzz for this Poison Fang, because obviously they need to threaten that Jellicent in the back, or at least do a good chunk. But Nidoqueen is ripping and rolling right now. So they're going to go ahead and look to double shield as well. They're going to swap into the Alomomola and force the shield here from the Nidoqueen with the Psychic. Otherwise, it's going to take it out. They do get the shield, and we will see a swap into Jellicent. So Jellicent now going to go straight for Shadow Balls right here. But we saw that it doesn't do too much damage in this matchup. And because all the debuffs were cleared on Mandibuzz, the reason why that Nidoqueen was ripping it apart was because of the constant Poison Fang. So when we see that battle come back, it's not going to be doing as much damage. So Mandibuzz might actually be able to take this game right here. Jellicent as well needs to be careful about when it throws its charge move. Shadow Ball now coming through is going to take out this Alomomola. Mandibuzz is somewhat close to a charge move, I believe. I think 1 Snarl or 2 Snarls away. No, it already has it. It's going to go... Oh, man. Jellicent does get the Bubble Beam in time, so this is going to be lowering the attack right here. No, it's going to be a Shadow Ball that does a decent amount of damage right there. Here comes the Switch Clock. Or not the Switch Clock, the Game Timer. This Dark Pulse is going to be taking out the Jellicent, and it's going to be up to the Mandibuzz to one-shot the Nidoqueen in the back with 1 second left on the game clock. Is this going to be enough to take it out? Yes, it is. Mandibuzz able to take it right there with 1 second remaining, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is what it looks like with triple XL Pokemon. The games last all the way to the timer. Again, this is a very thick team, right? Mandibuzz, Alomomola, and Politoed. But really great showcase, so be sure to go check out this battler. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.